Hey, welcome back everybody. One-Eyed Sniper here, and we are playing XCOM 2. Okay, so this is going to be a base management episode. So we're clearing away some machinery. That'll be done in a few days. Once that's finished, we're going to want to move down to the expanded power coil, I believe. Also, we're working on the radio, so that way we can start putting down radio relays, which will cost us less intel to start making contact places. So it's something I should have done before making contact with that second place. It looks like the most boring bartender ever. Anyways, we need to do some scanning around here. Alright, got some supplies waiting for us. Is that our best bet right now? Yeah, I believe it is. Let's do that.
Avenger plotting new course.
"5 days. We should get machinery done and radio done." Okay, let's view the room.
Maximum power consumption reached.
It is. Alright, so let's see. We can do this one. We can only assign 2 engineers at the moment. There we go. So it's going to take 15 days. We don't have any other engineers available. This will be done too on its own. Once that's done, we can build the power relay.
Maximum
That's
power
all we're going to be able to
consumption
build for
reached.
now. So until we build a resistance comms, though, we can't make any more contacts. So I feel like this is kind of what screwed me before, was waiting on this. I still feel like it's the best call resource-wise. So hopefully we get another engineer here pretty quick, and we can go ahead and make that happen. A little faster.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
Okay, so now we can start building relays. That's good. Mag weapons is down to 14 days. Let's do the faceless.
I am at a loss for words to describe the difficulties we have had in attempting to handle this creature, affectionately known as the Faceless, to our troops. The nebulous form of its physical structure, including a pliable, semi-solid outer layer, seems to be slowly degrading now that the creature has expired. There is also a pungent odor that only seems to grow stronger as time passes.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Advent has made steady progress.
Commander, we can now construct radio relays in any region where we've made contact with the local resistance.
So that actually adds 107 supplies. I don't know if that's right or not. Seems like a lot.
Strategic resource located.
Alright, we got 58 supplies out of that. So let's go ahead and hit up this relay. It's going to cost us 50, that's fine. It just paid for itself with what we just picked up.
Setting course for Sector 14.
It's only a couple
East
days.
Asia. Guerrilla Tactics School now operational.
Alright, so we basically built a gym with a fancy name. But we can start training some of our rookies up. See who we got available to recruit. Let's get Jack Bauer in here. Alright, and also I want to look at what we're missing class-wise. So I wouldn't mind getting a 3rd Ranger and a 3rd Sharpshooter. So we're going to throw Jack Bauer is definitely
New orders, Commander?
a ranger. No, I don't want to be
You
in
lived in one of the colonies for a few years before linking up with Central, right?
Yes, one of the advantages of working with Advent. On the surface, it was very comfortable. But there was a price for that comfort.
The millions of people in those cities don't seem to mind all that much.
Yes, but Advent is always watching. Between their forces and the aliens themselves, they see everything. Not to mention the automated systems. There's nothing quite like providing identification to a lamppost.
I like listening to these little pieces of insight we get from them. Okay, guerrilla tactics. That's where we're headed. We're going to train up Jack Bauer as a ranger. What can we purchase? Alright, we can get the squad size update, which now, which I'm going to do. That's an awesome one. What work increases our experience, which wouldn't be bad. I don't want to spend all our supplies right up front, so we're going to hold off on anything else. This seems less important with the True Concealment mod, actually. And Vulture wouldn't be bad, but again, I don't want to spend the 75 on it just yet. Looks like this is going to take the full 4 days.
I do not think I could have predicted this outcome, though it is intriguing. I've often wondered how the aliens could conceive of such a being. Is there another world out there, filled with these shape-shifting creatures? Or are they merely another construct of alien genetic tampering?
Alright, we can now build the Mimic Beacon, which I've never used, but it seems like it could be useful. Could get me out of some shit, which I get into often. Alright, I think the Stun Lancer Autopsy would give us the upgrade to give us the Arc Blade, so we're going to go mag weapons next.
I foresee a number of valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Alright, so that Dark Event's complete, so now anyone we recruit's going to cost double the price. So again, that's not that big of a deal. I shouldn't be recruiting anyone. Alright. So how long? Expires in 18 hours, 6:17 to finish, so I'm not going to mess with that. I'm not going to risk it. So it looks like this will just be a really short base management episode. I don't like the supply raid missions that much. They tend to give me a lot of trouble. Operation Clown Rupture. Nice. Alright, so let's set up our team. We can now take a 5th member. That's excellent. We're going to remove everyone here. Weapons available. Utility items available. Alright, who's going to lead this bunch? Let's take Dutch here. Rick, you're going to be our specialist. David Palmer's going to go. And let's go ahead and throw on the Eternity with him. We need to take some senior people as well. So let's take Corporal Dana Scully. And I guess I'll join us on this mission. We got 1, 2, 4 people out. He's in Ranger training. I like having 2 Grenadiers. The Grenadiers are just badasses. Okay, so what do we want to do grenade-wise? They can throw the flashbang on Scully. Though it might be more useful on Grimes here. Let's switch out his weapon with the SMG. And I'm going to want to add the stock onto that. Confirm upgrades, got the stock. Let's go and name this thing. Let's see. Guaranteed damage. One hit. For some reason, last call came to mind. Like last chance to get a drink, last chance to do damage. Stock's gonna do that. So go last call. I like throwing it on this thing because of the range. It's reduced range. Chances of missing are a little bit greater, and it's not doing a lot of damage anyways. So I'd be using that to take out the low-level enemies anyways. It feels like a waste throwing it on, say, the sniper rifle, shotgun, or what's it called? The cannon. Just because they're such heavy hitters, doing one in their place isn't that great. So it'd be good to take out any enemy that's hanging around. We also wanted to throw on the flashbang here. Okay, alright, I think we are set up. Do I want to take anything else? Like, do I want to build, like, can't do a mimic beacon anyways. Battle scanner could be handy. I would have saved my ass on the last mission. Could have thrown that up on the roof. But I'll hold off. I'll hold off on that. So I think we're set up. This is the squad we're going to take on this supply raid. They look ready. They're a couple of badasses, so I think we should be good to go. So we're going to end this episode here, guys. So thanks for watching. Again, if you guys have any specific feedback on how I'm kind of doing the layout of the episodes, you know, doing mission-only episodes and then doing base management, I feel like it's going really well, but it seems strange for me to upload an episode that's only like 13 minutes long. But I started thinking about it shouldn't really matter because you can just go from episode to episode anyways. You know, it's video on demand. It's not like it's you gotta wait a week or anything. But anyways, I'll stop mumbling on here. So I know you have a choice in where you get your XCOM 2 Let's Plays, and I appreciate you for choosing the One-Eyed Sniper. Peace out, all.